In the L phase, the first step we did was create a mind map in MindNode that we created different ideas about different subjects in the Star Wars plot, like the characters, the army, the science, the planets, the creatures, and then we expanded on what we knew about the creatures, and then we could, with that, all that information, we could decide what we wanted to do our final project on and get lots of ideas so we could create a good how might we, and we could start brainstorming what our project might look like. In the L phase, we also look, listen, and learn. That means we looked at things, we listened to things, and then we learned about all those things to gather information. I looked and listened and learned by looking at the Star Wars Visual Encyclopedia. It has tons of pictures about all the stuff in Star Wars, since I don't really know that much about it. So I got lots of information about that. So I learned so much about Star Wars. So I put it in my brainstorming, and then I just kept going from there. Our milestone for the L phase was a how might we pitch form, where we made questions for ourselves about our project and what it connects to in a big topic, like culture, science, or art. My how might we I came up with is, how might we use ships in Star Wars to transport goods? My driving question is, how can fictional Star Wars spacecrafts help us in our world today? I've included here my pitch form that I made for milestone 1. In the A phase, we have to ask tons of questions. We had to fill out a need to know chart so we know what questions we would need to know so we could do our project properly and how we're going to find those and what you already know. We also had to make an action plan. I've included the action plan in the top right corner. The action plan is so we can stay organized, and we have our timelines on when we're supposed to do stuff, what step we're going to do, and how we're going to make it. We also looked at what kind of questions there are. There's robot questions, they're just simple questions. There's detective questions that are deeper and harder to find. There's inventor questions, which are asking you how to make something. And there's judge questions that are even deeper or an opinion about something. The milestone for the A phase was our project pitch. This pitch was basically telling our teacher about what we needed to do in our project, how are we going to do it, what materials we need, basically everything for a project, the timelines, everything. In the U phase, we looked at search terms that would help us find more information for our notes. We also made some research notes that we used our search terms for. And then we also looked at MLA cited sources. We learned how to cite our sources like I have here. I've cited all of them are from Wikipedia. I looked at the YT-1300 Light Fighter, also known as the Millennium Falcon. I looked at the different kind of fighter classes that I used in my notes, and I just looked at starship types in total on Star Wars Wikipedia. And then I cited all of them in the top left, and I included the title of the website, who made the website, like Wikipedia or whatever, and what day I accessed it, and then the URL below. In the end phase, we navigated our different ideas that we had and simplified them down, and we even made a mini video. The mini video explained what our prototypes was going to be and how we were going to make them, and just explaining in general about our project. Then we have to simplify our ideas. So I simplified mine down to a ghost ship that I will design and be 3D printed. A ghost ship made out of cardboard, and then I'll also make a keynote to help me explain my project at the exhibition. The milestone for our end phase was the mini video. The mini video was explaining what my prototype was going to be and how I'm going to make it and what the materials I need to be gathered, my action plan on how I'm going to be organized and stuff. So if you watch that, that's what you'll get and see how my project is starting to take shape. In the C phase, we did a prototype revision grid, and we also made our prototypes or designed them. So Right here is a photo of my prototype model right there. I made it in Shaper 3D, which is a 3D printing app where you can export your file as a STL file so you can 3D print it in a 3D printer. The milestone for this phase was the prototype revision grid. In the prototype revision grid, we said the strengths of our prototype, the weaknesses, and what we could build on it so we can create a better final product for the winter exhibition. Then we made the next steps for what we have to do next to get ready for the winter exhibition. Right here, you can see my stuff.